इनको किताब दिया जाए, इसमें भी है, इट इज देयर, इट इज देयर। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 10 चैप्टर 31 1 to 19 Gopi Uchu, the songs of separation by gopis. Jayati tadikam janmana vraja shreyata indira saswadatrahi daita drushyata dikshutavakas Tvaidutta sava tvam vichinvate.
Jayati janmana praja shreyata indira sasvatatrahi daita drishyataam dikshutavakas tvaidutta sava tvam vichinvate.
Sharadudasaya sadhu jatasad sarasijodhara sri mrushadrusha suratanadate sulkadasika vardanignata neha kim vada.
Saradudasaye sadhujatasad sarasijodhara Shri Mushadrisha Suratanadate Asulkadasika Vardhanignato Neha Kimvada.
Vishanajalapya Gvala Rakshasa Vishaya Lashaya Gvala Rakshasa Dvarshamarute Vaidyutanalat Rishamayatmaja Visato Disvato Bhayat Rishabate Vayam Rakshitamuhu. Nakhalu Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akhila Deyinam Antaratmadruk Vikanasardhito Visvaguptaye Nakhabude Ivan Sasatankule.
Nagaru Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akhila Dehinam Antaratmane Vikanasardhito Vishwaguptaye
Sakhabude Ivan
Sapradamkule
Virachita Bhayam Vrishnu Dhuryate Charanami Yusham Sansuter Bhayat Karasaroruham Kantakamadam Sirasidehina Sikaragraham.
Virachita Bhayam Vrishni Dhurya
181.
Charanami Yusham Samskrite Bhayat Karasaroruham Kantakamadam Sirasidehina Shrikaragraham.
Vrajajanartihan Virayoshitam Nijajanasmaya Dvansasmita Bhayasake Bhavat Kinkarismano Jalaruhasana Charudasaya.
Rajajanartihan Virayoshitam Nijajanasmaya Vamsadasmita Rajasake Bhavan Kinkarismano Jalaruhananam
प्रणतदेहिनां पापकर्षणं तृणचरानुगं श्रीनिकेतनं फणिफणार्पिता ते पदाम्बुजं कृणुकुशेषुना हृदिहृष्ययम्
प्रणतदेहिनां पापकर्षणं तृणचरानुगं श्रीनिकेतनं फणिफणार्पितं ते पदाम्बुजं प्रणकुचेषुना कृन्निकृच्छयम्
मधुरया गिरा वल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोज्ञया पुष्करक्षणा विधिकरीरिमा वीरमुह्यत अधरसेदुना प्याययस्वना
मधुरया गिरा वल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोज्ञया पुष्करेक्षणा विधिकरीरिमा वीरमुह्यते अधरसिन्धुना ध्याययस्वना
तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविविरीदितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना
तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः
प्रहसितं प्रिया प्रेमवीक्षणं विहरणं च ते ध्यानमङ्गलं रहसि संविद या हृदि स्पृशा कुहकनो मना शोभयन्ति
रहसितं प्रिया प्रेमवीक्षणं विहरणं च ते ध्यानमङ्गलं रहसि संविदो या हृदि स्पृशा कुहकनो मनः शोभयन्ति
चलति यद्व्रजा चारयन् पशून् नलिनसुन्दरं नादते पदं शिलतृणाङ्कुरै सीदतीतिना कलिलतां मना कान्तगस्यति
चलसि यद्व्रजा चारयन् पशून् नलिनसुन्दरं नाथते पदं शिलतृणाङ्कुरे सीदतीतिना कलिलतां मनः कान्तगच्छति
दिनपरीक्षये नीलकुन्तरे वनरुहाननं बिभ्रदावृतं घनरजस्वलं दर्शयन्मुहुर्मनसि न स्मरं वीरयस्यसि
दिनपरीक्षये नीलकुन्तरे वनगुहाननं बिभ्रदावृतं घनरजस्वलं दर्शयन्मुहुः मनसि न स्मरं वीरयच्छसि
प्रणतकामदं पद्मदाचितं धरणिमण्डनं ध्येयमापदि चरणपङ्कजं सन्तमञ्चते रमणनस्वने सर्पयादिहन्
प्रणतकामनं पद्मराजितं धरणिमण्डलं ध्येयमापदि चरणपङ्कजं सन्ततं च ते रमणनस्तने सर्वयानिधम्
सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना सुष्ठुचुम्बितम् इतरराघवे स्मारणं नृणां वितरवीरन तेधरामृतम्
सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना सुष्ठुचुम्बितम् इतरराघवे स्मारणं
अटति यद भवान वहनि काननम त्रुटियुगायते त्वानुपश्यताम कुटिलकुंतलम श्रीमुखंचते जड़बुदीक्षताम पक्ष्मुकुदृशाम
भवान् आन्निकाननं त्रुटियुगायते कामपश्यतां कुटिलकुण्डलं श्रीमुखं च ते जडमुदीक्षितां लक्ष्मणकृशाम्
पतिसुतान्वया बातु बांधवान् अतिविलंघ्यते अच्युतागता गतिविदन्तव गीतमोहिता कितवयोषिता कस्य जन्निषि
प्रतिसुतान्वया भ्रातृबान्धवान् अतिविलङ्घ्यते युक्तागता गतिविलस्तवो गीतमोहिता गतमयोषिता कस्य जेर्निषि
रहसि संविदा पृच्छयोदयम् प्रहसिताननं प्रेम वीक्षणं बृहदर स्त्रिय वीक्षदामते मुहूर्ते स्पृहा मुह्यते मना प्रजवनौकसां व्यक्तिरंगते वृदनस्त्वलां विश्वमंगलं त्यजमनाक्षस प्रत्युहात्मनं स्वजनरुद्रुजां यन्निषूदनम् यत्ते सुजात चरणाम्बुरोंस्तनेषु बेतासनै प्रिय दधीमहि कर्कशेषु तेनाटवीमठसि तद्व्यदतेन किं स्वेत् कूर्पादिभिर्भ्रमतिभिर्भव भवदायुषाम्ना यत्ते सुजात चरणाम्बुरुहं स्तनेषु भीतासनै प्रिय दधीमहि कर्कशेषु तेनाटवीमठसि तद् व्यदतेन किं स्वेत् कूर्पादिभिर्भ्रमतिभिर्भवदायुषान्ना अनुवाद You had everything together, no? You had everything together. So we completed reading the translations up to 10, from 11 to 19. So 7. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrender to them. Those feet follow after the cows in the pastures and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kaliya, please place them upon our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts. So the gopis are reminding or praying the Lord that you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kaliya. So serpent Kaliya was so envious and so demoniac, yet Krishna put his foot. So gopis are making a argument that if you could put your lotus feet on the serpent Kaliya, and why don't you be gracious? Please place them upon our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts. So, lust is preventing us from loving Krishna, and men are disturbed by the breasts and the hips of a woman, and so which are the uh, um, places where lust is provoked. So the gopis are praying kindly by putting your lotus feet so that lust once for all may disappear from our hearts. And we are all affected by body, and when we chant the holy names of Krishna, which are non-different from Krishna, which are also like the holy name is considered the lotus feet. By taking shelter, one can become free from lust. So the gopis are. So Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna sabadva. There also he says, Kama yeshu, lust. Lust is the enemy. It begins there and we become completely entangled. So text 8. The another gopi is saying, after hearing one gopi say something, all other gopis are hearing, and then it is coming to their memory, the beauty, the grace, and the unforgettable attraction of Krishna. And what they are remembering, one gopi is saying, "Oh lotus-eyed one, your sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, please revive your maid servants with the nectar of your lips." So everything about Krishna is beautiful. Krishna's eyes are considered like arrows of Cupid, Manmada Bhanal. So your sweet voice, Krishna's voice is and charming words. Voice is sweet and words are humorous or very pleasing. So intelligent people, when they hear whatever Krishna says, and your intelligence is satisfied. You may be reading so many books, you may be hearing so many talks, but they are all within the realm of Maya. They may titillate your intelligence, but they cannot make you calm, satisfied, and blissful. But Krishna's sweet and charming words, like we read Bhagavad Gita, however many times you read Bhagavad Gita, it's not like, oh, I have read Bhagavad Gita 50 times. No. Every time you read Bhagavad Gita, depending on your spiritual advancement and purity, you always take out. So there is nothing like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. There is uh, no end. We are reading. No. It's an eternal topic. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, because they are non-different from Krishna, and Krishna is Ananta. Krishna is without beginning or end. So Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, every speaker, he will begin to speak in a different way. Although the essence remains the same. Essence is the same. The devotional service to Krishna. But the way they explain. So, our dear hero, when we are sense gratifiers, we make someone a hero who is gratifying to our senses. Now, whatever your senses are demanding, accordingly you select your hero. But people whose spiritual senses are awake, who have material senses and also spiritual senses. Material senses means everybody's material senses are different. If I ask you what color you like, you may say something. What food, what taste you like, what kind of music you like, what kind of, like some people like cold climate, some people like hot climate, different. Because if you are a very fatty person, hot climate is more suffocating. If you are a lean, lanky person, cold climate is suffocating. Because the cold goes into your bones. It bites your bones. So you are very disturbed because you don't know how to keep your body warm. So our dear hero, so they are saying, our means everyone will be satisfied with Krishna. There is a saying in English, the beauty is in the eye of beholder. Beauty, what you call beauty, that depends on how you see things. So what is beautiful for you may not be beautiful for me. That's how people are choosy. People are selective. But anybody who looks at Krishna, there is a saying by Rupa Swami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, if you want society, friendship and love, everybody wants society, friendship, love, because without that, material life is very boring or dreary. So material life, you have good society, so you can spend your time with friendship, people who really are there to help you, and love, your intimate relation. So everybody, people marry, people have friends, people have a circle, and without that, only people who are depressed, they want to remain alone. people who are jubilant, jovial, so they want to spend time with society, friendship, and love. So Rupa Goswami says, if you want society, friendship, and love, please don't look at this three-folded person who is standing on the banks of Yamuna under the tree, Kadamba tree. There's another tree playing flute. Don't look at him. Because if you look at him, you're gone. You lose interest in everything of this world. What is most dear to the people? If you look at Krishna, you just, it is no more important than a blade of grass. And you just reject everything. Vairagya. So he says, Krishna is the real hero, our dear hero. Everyone will be attracted to Krishna. But why we see most of the people not becoming attracted to Krishna? It said Krishna attracts everybody. Everything comes to stand still. You cannot even blink your eyes. That is the nature of Krishna's super excellence, the beauty, the charm, the attraction. So, but why in the material world, very seldom, very rarely you find someone attracted to Krishna. But scriptures are exhorting. They are, time and again they are saying, Krishna is the most attractive person. So why people are not attracted? Because they have no information. They have no good idea. And if they don't know, even if they know, it is very superficial. Because if you really understand Krishna, it is difficult to give him up. Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yoveti tatvata, tvaktva punarjanma. So immediately you are freed from the cycle of birth and death. That means who will become free from cycle of birth and death? One who has no attractions for this material world, ready to go. As long as we have attractions to this material world, although Krishna may offer liberation, no, I have something else to do. What can Krishna do? All right, go ahead. So, and then another Gopi is saying, the nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. This is the famous sloka. Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavivireditam kalmashapamam srimadatam sravanamangalam bhuvirgurunantiya bhuridajana. Bhuridajana means very magnanimous people. Magnanimous people, like your medical knowledge, you teach them free. You are a wealthy man, you distribute your wealth. You are expert in something, you want to teach it free. All broad-hearted people, they want to share. But really, Bhuridajana, the most charitable people do some charity. But most charitable people, what do they give? They distribute information about Krishna. They disseminate information about Krishna. Bhuvir Gurunantiye, they travel all over the globe, distributing the nectarian katha of Krishna. So, they are saying, the nectar of your words and descriptions of your activities, because Krishna's words are eternal, Krishna's activities are also, they are ever fresh. Like there may be some heroes, either film heroes or sports heroes, literary heroes, political heroes. Not everybody is hero in every field. Somebody is a political hero. Narendra Damodar Modi, political hero. No one can equal him, at least at the present time. It's like that. So that means no one is hero in all the branches, and no one is hero even in one branch all the time. You have a time where you shine. Like Modi ji is now shining, but he was there for the last 73 years, or only for the last 15 years, or maybe from the time he became CM. But Krishna is hero in all the fields. Singing, who can sing best? Dancing, who can dance best? And knowledge. Krishna is supreme in everything. And also, it is not waxing and waning kind of glory. No? Like the sun, the moon on the waxing side, it goes on becoming great, full moon. And after that, it wanes, it comes down. But Krishna's glory is not like the waxing and waning glory of moon, but it is forever growing. Krishna is great, Krishna is greater, Krishna is greatest, Krishna is more great, Krishna is most great. What else you will say? Most great. Like that you can go on. Not an exaggeration, not a false eulogy, but Krishna is the supreme transcendental person. Our words will fall short of glorifying Krishna. No one can glorify Krishna properly because he cannot be captured in words. Even you cannot capture the experience. Some. That's why whenever people say Krishna, they fall to the ground unconscious. You see, whenever people take darshan of Krishna, they become unconscious because their body cannot take so much bliss. If you are in too much in bliss, you will go into losing your consciousness. But your body cannot accommodate. Just like I put a weight, I put big weight on your head, you collapse. Right? It's not that you can walk around. So similarly, no one can take Krishna's greatness only to the extent you can. Otherwise, Krishna is unlimited. So, your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. You are hankering for beauty unless you meet with Krishna. Your hankering becomes more and more. No, tried this, tried that, tried this, tried that. If you are hankering for wealth, no, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. But when you have Krishna, you have possessed unlimited wealth, greatest wealth. Greatest wealth is the name of Krishna. Loot it. You go on taking it, and all other things, material things, they come. You are not fascinated. Like yesterday, he brought 2 lakh rupees. No idea that today I'm going to get 2 lakhs. Maharaj, we want to meet you. All right, come. And then we want to give you Guru Dakshina. I thought maybe, I said, wow. So this time, out of all the Vyasa Pujas, the initiation Vyasa Puja got 6 lakhs. Haribol. Previously, it was 95,000, 80,000, 1 lakh 30,000. But this time, Vyasa Puja correction is 6 lakhs plus. So whatever Krishna, but because it is material wealth, what is the use? What will I do with that? And, so how can this wealth be utilized properly in Krishna studies? That's all. There is nothing that you have to become jubilant because it's useless for you. You are taking your 2 good meals and what more you need? You don't need all this. You'll think, how best can it be used to glorify Krishna so that people can become more attracted to. I was telling in the morning that there was a shed there, but nobody was coming and asking, are you going to rent this shed? Once you have made this, more than half a dozen people came, including those bankers. We'll pay you for the 3 sections there. And that banker was asking me, just for one place, 10 by 10, we'll give 20,000 rupees a month. Want to keep stationery and Xerox, thing like that. But already all 3 places, we don't know that so much demand will be there. And I said, without having an idea, we give all the 3 places for 20,000 rent. But he's asking just one place. But because you cannot breach the word, we already given it away. So you can't. I said, we'll think about it. So I got an idea. Why not make Abhishek make a container, 10 by 10 container, and I will put in the northern end that gate, and then he can pay 20,000. Temple gets some income, which you can use it for efficient maintenance, employ people in different places. So, so the point is, your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. The people are trying to improve this material world. Not possible. You cannot improve this material world in a material way. You have to make a paradigm shift. No material means can improve this world. Only by bringing these glories of Krishna. It's a Burida Jana. They are the most munificent. That means real intelligent people know what is lacking, what is missing, what is needed in this rotten human society. Human society is rotting. So how to make it wonderful? So that they are saying that the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions. So people want to remain sinful, but want to attain all auspicious things. That is not possible. You don't want to change your sinful mentality, but you want all good things happen in your life. That is not possible. So when you bring in Krishna and sin, can they stay together? Krishna and sin cannot stay together. If Krishna leaves, sin enters. If Krishna comes in, sin is driven away. It is driven out. So he is saying, eradicate one's sinful reactions. Why do people chant Hare Krishna all the time? Why are we chanting Hare Krishna all the time? Because we are seeing that the pressure of our sinful thoughts, there are thousand sinful thoughts, and you chant, and then you see that there is some relief. But still, the pressure is still there. So I should go on chanting, and all the sinful things are ridden of your heart. And then you relish really what is the nectarian words and activities of Krishna. The narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most beneficent. The Prabhupada also said, highest welfare activity. It's so easy, so simple, so quick, but people are dull. Prabhupada said the highest welfare activity in the human society is broadcast the message of Krishna. Simply, you broadcast, let others hear, and there is a revolution, viplava, spiritual revolution. Text 10. Your smiles, your sweet, loving glances, and the intimate, Krishna doesn't have to, whenever you go to a studio, please smile. We are all, what people are thinking about me, how do I look like, this, that. So you get lost. Whenever you want to give a pose, you get lost because you don't know how people react for what you are. But Krishna's smiles are, because Krishna is never in gloom. Krishna is never in blues. There is no reason why Krishna should worry or lament about anything. Because he is auspiciousness personified. So your smiles, your sweet, loving glances, Krishna is Prema Purusha. Krishna is Ananda Purusha. What more you want? If there is somebody to love you totally, naturally you relax then. Oh, this man, this person. So Krishna is the most loving person and lovable person. If you love Krishna, you cannot take away. You have no regrets. Similarly, whatever may be our jittery condition, we are in anxiety, we are in worry, but go and sit in the bhajan. Go and sit in the bhajan. Or go and sit in an ISKCON temple. You go and sit. Then all your, these things will go away. That is the nature of Krishna. There is only one way to counter the miseries of this material existence. Bring Krishna into your life. They touch our hearts, but at the same time, oh deceiver, they very much agitate our minds. If you are chanting Hare Krishna, you cannot keep quiet. You want to do something, do something, do something. Like Prabhupada, when his body out of old age fell apart, body is not anymore active, but his mind is full of ideas. So while lying on the bedridden state, Prabhupada was giving very many instructions to all his hundreds of disciples. Not that he is short of words, no, what should I speak? What else is, He has too many instructions for his disciples because Prabhupada is full of bliss. We were reading the same thing a day or two before that Krishna and Krishna devotees, even when you find them to be sober, or when it looks like they have a problem, but we should not mistake that like our problems, we don't know what happens. But for Krishna, it is like an actor. He's just making a face. But immediately in the next moment, just like the forest fire, when Krishna was on earth, there were two occasions when there were forest fire, two times. And both times, when everybody was totally lost, forest fire means you are caught on all sides by thick fires. It is not just fire and you run and go out. It's forest fire. You cannot run further. The forest fire is into half a kilometer. By the time you will have 100% burns. The doctors know. A patient may survive only when it is less than 60% burns. There is chances that maybe he can be revived. If 80% burns, he is alive, but you know that already the wholesale damage is done inside. Person is alive, but you know that everything is finished inside. It looks like he is alive, but you know that for sure he is going to die. So, so people cannot keep quiet. People come with many disqualifications into ISKCON or with no qualifications. There used to be a drug addict by name Peter in New York, Prabhupada time. Complete drug addict, that means good for nothing. They can't do anything. But he was coming for prasad. Everybody becomes hungry. And he was coming and eating and sleeping, drug addict, what else he will do? And then the temple management, this guy is a burden, doing no service but coming and eating a lot. They went and complained to Prabhupada because they did not want to take decision what to do with him. Prabhupada is Peter and he just eats a lot. He will eat 3-4 people's food alone. That time the movement was in the beginning, so struggling to get things happen. When this guy comes and eats a lot and then goes to sleep. So Prabhupada said, is he just sleeping or is disturbing you people? He doesn't disturb. Then what is the problem? Let him eat and sleep. He is eating prasadam and is not disturbing you. And this Peter goes on to become what is called one of the scholars of ISKCON, Sanskrit. What is his name? Only that Govardhan Pete. His name is Gopi Parandas Prabhu. He is one of the authorities after Prabhupada on Sanskrit jobs in ISKCON. The Peter was completely, he moved on to, because first he was eating prasadam, then he started chanting, then he became sober, and then he became interested. There is no one to help in Sanskrit, and this American Gopi Parandas Prabhu, he is no more. Gopi Parandas is successfully he left his body right in Govardhan. He has successfully uh, translated all Prabhupada books. So, um, uh, we have no qualification, negative qualification, but you stay. You stay with Hare Krishna. And because every soul is divine. Every soul is divine. So if you allow yourself to chant Hare Krishna, certainly there will come a time and everyone is meant to do some wonderful service to Krishna. And in the course of time, you are back in your constitutional position. All of us, we are all exploring many services. And then you run into some services. Oh, this is what I have to do all my life. We don't have any, what do you call it? You are not dissatisfied. You are satisfied. You know? We are all, let's say, the management puts you into many services and particular services. You see that, oh, this I like it. I can go on doing all my life this service. That's how there are cooks in ISKCON. That's how there are pujaris in ISKCON. All the time, puja, 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 puja. That's their nature. Some people know kirtan, some people talk, some people manage. They don't see any big management puzzle. We don't know. They like challenges in management. They see that. Because that is their expertise. Like his wife, Gauri Mataji, go on cooking, 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 cooking. Rajbhog. Never says, oh, I'm tired of cooking, now I want a break. As long as my body is active, Gauri Mataji. As long as my body is active, she doesn't say, you tell her cook 3 things, but she'll cook 5 things. There used to be one devotee called in our temple, is Sumangal Das. You know, Sumangal. That guy, when he gets down to cook, he cooks like as he has 50 hands. No complaint, nobody is coming to help me. How can I do 10 preparations? You know, he will make 50 preparations. No complaint, go on. And then he also had a glorious death. Just by 52 years, he left his body, finished. Because he has served so much. He never says, I will not do. He never complains that nobody is helping. You remember? Overworking. He will work and he will go for book distribution, again door to door. Is the favorable activities. Book distribution and cooking. We were wondering, this guy is a diabetic fellow. And he doesn't complain. Go on. And we could see that. So it was a wonderful death. We are all like 70 years, still death is not coming. But this guy, 52, Hare Krishna, go. That means, అంటారు కదా ఇంకా కర్మలు పండలేదు కాబట్టి ఇంకా అనుభవిస్తూ ఉండాలి కదా కర్మలు పండి you can go successfully. Everybody has to go, but did you go successfully? So this is the nature of devotional service. There is no retirement. Did Prabhupada say there is retirement? Prabhupada said, until I die, my pen will remain active. Until I die, my preaching mood will go on. You know, whatever I have to do, I have done. I will just. So he mentioned Bhishmadev. Bhishmadev was on the deathbed, on the bed of arrows. But till he gave up his body, he was talking the glories of Krishna. The last thing he did is Vishnu Sahasranama. While drinking the nectar of Krishna's face, through his eyes, and while drinking the nectar of uh, the holy divine vibrations of the names of Krishna, and his body was completely, he was not feeling pain at all. It's called transcendental state. So they are saying all these are auspicious to meditate upon, and they touch our hearts. But at the same time, oh deceiver, they very much agitate our minds. That means you become restless to do something for Krishna. 11. Dear Master, dear lover, when you leave the cowherd village to herd the cows, our minds are disturbed with the thought that your lotus feet, more beautiful than a lotus, will be pricked by the spiked husks of grain and the rough grass and plants. So, because they have seen how soft, how gentle, because they lived with Krishna, and now he is going barefoot into rocky, uh, uncleared forest paths, and they are simply, because their love is so much, imagining what Krishna has to go through, they are going into shock. The person who is walking is all right, but thinking what may happen to Krishna, that shows their intense love. Intense love. For every little thing, you are worried what may happen to your lover. At the end of the day, you repeatedly show your lotus face covered with dark blue locks of hair and thickly powdered with dust. They say the dust raised by the cows. When cows walk, dust is bad, but when the group of cows, herd of cows, they walk and the dust rises, devotees become very joyful because they see cows are carefree, they are, and devotees become happy. And that dust, if it goes into your nose, generally whenever some dusty place, you block your nose. But when cows are walking and they raise dust, devotees take in because the dust purifies your inside. Say Krishna's body is full of dust because he is walking behind the cows, bringing the cows back at the end of the day by sunset. So cows, what great living entities they must be, that Krishna himself, God himself is personally tending to the cows. That means it's a permanent lesson for mankind that without taking care of the cows, there is no culture, there is no civilization, all dead civilization. I was just last night I was watching the news and they said Trump out of envy said Indian economy is dead. He said, is that right? You are in America. He said, just you want to discourage countries trying to line up with India, or you are thinking India is this, that, dead economy, and then people become a little scared. So Trump made a statement like that. But when Krishna is on the side of Bharat, people may make all nasty statements. But if the leaders are good, they cannot be controlled or they cannot be discouraged by the other world leaders. Modi is a yogi. Yogi in the center and yogi in the UP. And all ISKCON devotees are also yogis. They are uh, unrecognized yogis. They are unidentified yogis because they are going on a long vision. Devotees, they cannot be understood so easily because they are planning for a lifetime mission. Go slowly, and then you are going to win the race. You are going to make a big impact on the society. Although you look like nobody in this world, but in the course of time, you know that Krishna can do. We are really nobody, but we have Krishna with us. So they are saying, dark blue locks of hair and thickly powdered with dust. So Krishna's beauty under any circumstances, it only, because Krishna's glow is natural and Krishna's energies are natural. And Krishna is the energetic. All energies, they find their source in Krishna. So naturally, thus, O hero, you arouse lusty desires in our minds. Lusty desire means you cannot wait any longer. You cannot wait further. Lust has gripped your heart. Then you become shameless. And so like that, devotees, they have no orientation of place, people. And they just, they take off. They stand up for Krishna. One should not have any shyness for being on the side of Krishna. So in the entire America, just they have got the Tulsi Gabbard and what is it, there are other 2-3 people are there in America, including, what is it, that guy who is presidential candidate, Ramaswamy, Vivek Ramaswamy. Proud. I'm proud to be an American with a Hindu faith. Doesn't care anybody. Whether you elect me as president or not, that's a different thing, but I have to be a Hindu. That's great. Because actually anybody, your mother is calling afterwards. Amma. Your lotus feet, which are worshipped by Lord Brahma, fulfill the desire of all who bow down to them. No doubt. There is no doubt. If you are bowing down to Krishna every day, so because anything you do for Krishna cannot go waste, cannot go in vain. They are the ornament of the earth. They give the highest satisfaction. Krishna's lotus feet. And in times of danger, they are the appropriate object of meditation. O lover, O destroyer of anxiety. Who doesn't have anxiety? We all have anxiety. So here, Gopis are addressing, O destroyer of anxiety, please put those lotus feet upon our breasts. O hero, kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips, which enhances That means they are feeling that uh, you cannot ask God to embrace you, to kiss you, but gopis are so dear, or Krishna is so dear to gopis. It's like they're making a demand. Generally, out of our fallen condition, you don't go beyond looking at the feet of Krishna. But these gopis kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips. Generally, a lover, he doesn't want others to. Suppose a woman loves a man, can she see another woman loving him or this man loving another woman also? Woman becomes completely disturbed because the gopis are enlightened. The gopis are enlightened. They know that Krishna is not my only property. Krishna is everybody's property, and Krishna can satisfy everybody. So they are using the word our here. Now, distribute to us. She did not say distribute, give me nectar of your lips, which enhances conjugal pleasure and vanquishes. Sometimes you can imagine in the material world, a man kissing a woman. Kissing means what? You either kiss at the mouth or which is all stinking. But if they're doing it, that means they are in something beyond. Generally, if you analyze what is this mouth to mouth kissing or thing, but because they are so mad with love for one another, so which enhances. I always wonder because when in films and all that, you see man and woman kissing. I said it doesn't give a good smell. Probably they they chew some. you, know, you have to do all these nonsense gimmicks in the material world if you want to express your love. Otherwise, generally, the gentle people, like Prabhupada loved everybody. Doesn't mean that he was kissing and no. Love can be expressed on a different plane by your affectionate words, by your affectionate dealings, exchanges, not necessarily that physically. Of course, when Prabhupada has too much of love for his disciples, he'll put his hand on their heads. But they're finished. The devotees feel, wow, there's such a transcendent peace. They're a little gross. People kissing with lips and all that. But with Krishna, it is not the case. Krishna is all fragrant. Everything that emanates from Krishna is simply heavenly or transcendental fragrance. You can never forget it. Vanquishes grief. That nectar is thoroughly relished by your vibrating flute. And so they are envious of flute. They get kissed by Krishna maybe once in a while, but this flute always gets the nectar of the lips of Krishna. So they are remembering how fortunate is the flute, Murali, Bansuri, Bansuri, and makes people forget any other attachment. We stop here, 9:30. We'll continue. Tomorrow maybe the last part, 15th to 19th. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,